Okay, so I was left-leaning, as you guys know, and I am no longer left-leaning. And I know there's a lot of people, a lot of lefties right now who have believed the propaganda about Donald Trump. Uh, Go do yourself a favor. If you cannot find the clip of Donald Trump saying that he is going to put an abortion ban America wide, it's probably not happening. And it's not happening because he has said over and over again that he doesn't believe in that. So let's move on from that. These left-leaning people, I want you to understand, and I want you to understand very clearly that this is your fault. This is your fault. I can't stop staring at myself. I'm sorry. This is your fault. It helps me to stare at myself because I have a lazy eye. It helps me focus on something. Anyways, once again, it's your fault. Donald Trump winning is a clear sign that we are all done with your shit collectively. There has been times over the last 4 years where you guys have had talks about the definition of a woman Senate-wide. There's a clip of a woman saying that she cannot provide a definition of a woman because she's not a biologist. And you guys think that we're going to believe that Donald Trump is the one taking away our rights. You guys are the ones that revoked Title IX. We have in Canada, by the way, because of we have the same situation, bullshit. There are men that have identified as 15-year-old women, girls, and competed with them in swimming. Just to let you guys know, that's not a fake fucking story. That's actually something that happens when you let people decide inappropriate transness. Like I said, I used to be on the left. I was on the left when it was actually very rude to ask someone what their pronouns are, even if they were trans, because the whole point of fucking transitioning was to transition into the opposite sex. So I digress. Have you guys not realized that over the last, I don't know, however many years, that each week that passes by, you have a new subset of rules that if people do not follow, their careers could be ended? Last year, I watched you guys cancel people for not coming out and speaking about pro-Palestine, okay? And this year, I'm watching left-leaning creators not know what the answer is, and understandably, because last year you guys were shitting on Joe Biden and the Democrats and whatever, and if you didn't, then you were out of the club, losing your job, okay? Only for this year, if people came out, like when Chappell Roan comes out and says, well, I just don't appreciate what Kamala Harris is doing. Like, I don't appreciate what they've done with the war. You guys try to cancel her. You guys need to open up your minds, step out of your echo chamber. I'm actually somebody who didn't know who was going to win that election because I have the ability to follow both left-leaning and right-leaning people. I'm a right-leaning creator. I'm not actually right-leaning. I'm very center-leaning. I'm actually what liberalism used to be, which was understanding that people come from different backgrounds. Now, I want to let you guys know that you're not going to be able to find that clip of Donald Trump because it doesn't fucking exist, of him saying a national abortion ban. But the same women begging you to make a decision based on their bodily autonomy, because by the way, Roe v. Wade was sent over to the States. You can go and move to California if you want a 9-month abortion. Imagine that. So let me get this straight. These are the same women who 2 years ago wanted to force women, and did force women, to take an experimental injection to participate in society and keep their jobs. You guys are asking us to care about your bodily autonomy when you don't care about ours. That's funny. Do you guys not understand that, like, you guys don't have as many left-leaning people anymore because you've every single time somebody stands on what they believe in, you essentially push them and force them down this alt-right pipeline, which is basically like, if you don't believe in what I say, then you're down the alt-right pipeline. So you're vaccine injured, like I was vaccine injured. You're probably lying, and you need you're alt-right. Sorry, you don't like that your grandma died because they stopped running the cancer clinics during the lockdowns? I'm sorry, you're far right. Everything is far right. Everything. Every single thing. You guys have no idea what you have done to people over the last 4 years. In the last remaining weeks of Kamala Harris's presidential run or whatever, the left spent every waking moment they had snuffing out people that they thought were Republican and ruining their lives. Do you know how many people were sitting back and looking at their lives during Trump, during Biden, and decided, you know what, I'm going to wait, I'm going to see how it is, and then seen all of your guys' reactions to everyone else around you and decided probably they aren't the inclusive, kind people that they continuously tell us that they are. You know, and every time I tell my story, it's left-leaning people, and I'm not kidding. Every time I talk about my vaccine injury, it is always left-leaning people in that comment section telling me that I have no right to talk, that I'm spreading misinformation, that I don't know my own body, I don't know my own bodily fucking functions, I don't have an education, calling me fucking disabled, calling me all of these names, using every fucking slur that they want to use, calling me ugly, all of these things that they stand against. You guys bend your ethics for anything that suits you. Over the last 4 years, you want to believe in bodily autonomy, but you literally force people into getting a vaccine and don't want people to talk about it. You guys have been so dogmatic for the last 10 to 4 years, at least 4 years since the pandemic, that anybody who disagrees with you on literally anything is kicked out of the club, and you are sitting here shocked that people voted for Trump. Well, Canadians, I want you guys to understand that also not holding your leaders accountable is going to cost you the next election and might cost the Liberals their entire fucking party, which will be beautiful to see. But Jagmeet Singh's unwavering support, we millennials see that. We voted NDP because they were supposed to be the other guys. Wow, was I ever ignorant and wrong? Because you're literally worse. You're worse. You pretended that you're not. You pretend that you're for the worker, but the NDP wanted to literally pass a bill that forcibly came to people's doors and vaccinated them. And you think you're ever getting my fucking vote again? If the conservatives screw us over, I'm either voting independent or never voting again. The amount of things that the liberals have done to our country, and they have people out there who defend them, who say things like, well, what about the premiers? We have every type of premier that there is. Liberal, NDP, conservative. And guess what? Canada's falling apart no matter what. Do you understand who the common denominator is? It's Trudeau. I lived pre-Trudeau. I was a single mom who had disabilities, who managed to go to college pre-Trudeau. Because we didn't live in some barbaric, conservative bullshit land, I was a single mom and I was able to put myself through school even during Harper. And they'll sit here and tell you that we didn't have access to abortion, we couldn't marry who we wanted to because they want to fearmonger and they play off of your emotions. Please, Canada, realize that if you don't hold your people accountable, you cannot be surprised next election when we have a massive blue wave, because by the way, conservative is blue in Canada. Don't be surprised. So yeah, just take a look within and think to yourself, have I been nice to people over the past 4 years? Have I been a good example of what left-leaning should mean? Oh, and follow me, because apparently TikTok is being banned in my country now. So love it here. Have a good day, Canada.